All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of my podcast. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mark Paongo, and today I have my first barber today, Fadez by Cordtz.
Thanks, Us. Thanks for having me on also.
Oh, shout, man.
Bro,
Thank
you know what? This is my first podcast ever. And this is the first time. It's a lot of times I'm the one cutting and asking people questions and learning about them. But thanks for having me on, Us. Appreciate the opportunity,
good,
Us.
Shout for coming. Man, all the way from Logan, eh?
Yeah,
Logan. Chris Mead?
Chris Mead.
Oh, Chris Mead? Yeah. A little story. When I came from New Zealand to Australia back in 2007, I stayed in Chris Mead.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I stayed with my cousins there. So how we were talking about Sai before?
Yeah.
Sai's family lives in Chris Mead.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm trying to feel it. I think it's Judith.
Judith Street. So that's not far from me.
Yo, yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for like, I think maybe 2 years. Maybe 2 years. So yeah, shout out to the Latu family. These are my cousins. So yeah. Man. I came from Auckland to the south, and then to the south out here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in Auckland?
Panmure. So East Auckland. Where I was born and raised over there.
I'm from Rewa.
Rewa South.
Rewa Hard.
Yeah. And there's a lot of rivers here.
Yeah, there is. I noticed there's a lot of New Zealanders down there.
Yeah, I've come across a few of them. And it's good because I find like with the ones from, especially the ones from Rewa, like they always mention it. Like they always say,
so they're proud.
Rewa. They're proud. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing to see because that's part of their life, you know, like where it all started. Some of them might have been there just for, I don't know, maybe a few years of their life. Some a bit longer than others, but I think it still sticks with them, eh?
Panmure. Where's that? Whereabouts?
Panmure.
Panmure.
Yeah. So other suburbs around there is Glendinas, GI.
Oh, yeah.
There's Pakuranga, there's Ellerslie, Mount Wellington. So there's a mountain as well. Yeah, Mount Wellington that we'll go and we'll climb up. Yeah. But that's east. That's east.
Oh, true.
So yeah, I was born and raised there, and then came over here then. So
been here ever since.
Yeah.
What year?
Yeah. So 2007 is when I came, and then I moved out to Ipswich in 2009, I think. Okay. Yeah. So about 2 years. True. About 2 years I stayed out south.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, shout out to my Southsiders, man. I got heaps of friends out there.
But is he real hard? But is he hard?
Nah, man. Only Southsiders, man. Yeah. Holy. But yeah, like you heard, first time for man, Jacob. That's your first name, eh?
Yeah. Last name's Cordtz. That's where the Fadez by Cordtz came in.
Oh yeah. So yeah. First time for Jacob to jump on, and also for me, first time to have a barber jumping on / content creator. But yeah, man, blessed. Thank you for coming on. I think just to give a bit of a introduction to add on to what you already said in the beginning, a bit more about yourself. Yeah. So you've already mentioned your name from Manurewa. What else is there to you?
So born and raised in Rewa. Middlemore Hospital. I'm not sure if you know, but born in Middlemore Hospital.
Yeah.
Been there all my life. Oh, not all my life. Been there up till I was about 12.
Yeah.
And then, you want to look for opportunities and want a better life. Like, Rewa was a bit hard, but then we made the move, myself and my family, my sisters, we made the move to Melbourne in 2012. Yeah. So that's when I was about 13 years old.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, so you came when you were like young or kind of in your teens, eh?
Yeah.
About to.
Like intermediate age?
Yeah.
You remember New Zealand having intermediate back then?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So you said you're born and raised in Manurewa, then you went to Melbourne at a young age. Do you remember where in Melbourne you stayed?
So I remember it vividly. Because I done my whole schooling years. I finished in Melbourne. So we moved to Melbourne, and that's when I started going. I was like year 7 at the time, and I went to this like Palangi school called Pakenham, Pakenham Secondary College. Yep, went there for a bit. And I just finished up there, my schooling in Hallam Secondary College.
Yeah.
And that's when the barbering and stuff started to happen, because I went to a sports academy school in Hallam. And obviously all boys are there and stuff. Everyone wants a haircut and stuff. So that's when I kind of tapped into that. But we moved to Melbourne, myself and my family. And from there I moved here. Yeah. In 2019. Yeah.
How did you like Melbourne?
I loved it. I loved it. I met all my close boys there.
Yeah.
Made a lot of friends there. Learned a few lessons here and there. Got a few hidings here and there.
That's how it is.
But it was good. It was good, man. I loved it.
Nice. I've been to Melbourne like only once, and I only went there for a weekend. But the first thing that like I felt when I went to Melbourne, it reminded me a lot of Auckland. The weather, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I haven't like how it goes from cold, then all of a sudden a bit warm,
bipolar,
that type of stuff.
Whereabouts in Melbourne?
Oh, I only stayed in the city, so I went there for an expo for work.
So you're not really hard then. You're not.
Nah.
You're in the city. Oh,
yeah. Just stayed in the city, like all that stuff all paid for. I just went there to go to the expo, and I only remember a few things. Like I remember the DFO right in the city as well. The outlet there, and then I remember going to like the museum, and I think behind the museum they got a strip of like Italian food, like places to eat.
Yeah,
man, the food, the food, like to me, anyways, was like nice.
Yeah,
like would you say? That's just me going to one day.
Yeah, because you went straight to the Baalagi area. You went straight to the city. You didn't come down there.
that pause was
No, but did you notice in Melbourne, Soler, they dress like full fancy and like they're like full like I would say bougie. They're all bougie. They like their dress codes. They like to like look good.
Yeah, I saw that a lot in the city. Yeah, like I was just walking around and I think people were going on dates, but they were suited. Like proper shirt, bow tie, whatever, like they were suited. So I didn't know what was going on there. But I found out later from a couple of my friends from Melbourne, they said like, they dress pretty on there. But even when I went to the DFO there, man, I love the clothing that I seen. Like the styles that I saw there, I can't find those styles here.
Can't find it here.
Would you say like they're pretty stylish as well?
I feel like, I think everyone just like, even just going to like a local Coles or whatever, people will dress up to go. Like, so when I moved here, everyone was like,
did you bring that with you?
So I came with that same thing. Like I would dress up to go to like the local Coles, but then when I walked around, so everyone would be like, some will be wearing an ear, or like they'll be wearing like a lava sandals and socks and sandals and stuff. But I don't know if that's just Logan or or whatever.
I think that some of them do it over here on this side, I'd say. But the whole dress code changed.
But it's funny because I ended up just adapting to the Brisbane way. Like, you know what? Oh, good. I'm gonna wear some slides and walk around.
Yeah. Shucks, man. So that's from you from 2012 to 2019. So your barbering, like what you touched on before, it started at high school. Like you did a little bit there.
Yeah. So I wasn't looking to be a barber or nothing.
Yeah.
So like I was just where it really started was myself and my cousins. Like we never had money to like, really go and get haircuts at a shop or whatever.
Yeah.
So we just like bought a random budget as Kmart Remington clipper.
Yeah.
For those barbers out there, you probably know the Remington brand. Bro, that's the OG like first beginner clippers. So we got that and we just started cutting each other's hair. So like,
yeah, true. How old were you back then?
I'd say I'd be like 14, 15.
14, 15?
Yeah, around
that's
that
pretty
age.
good to start around that age.
Yeah, I wasn't good though.
Yeah.
So we were like cutting each other's hairs and mine ended up the like most decent out of all of them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And so, because this is Remington, and everyone knows that clipper. I still use Remington today as well. Yeah.
Does it look? Nah.
That exposure. I upgraded from Remington to Gillette.
So you just went one level up. That's good.
Man. But yeah, Remington, would you still say they're pretty good, like for starters, for people who want to start out? Would you recommend that clipper to them?
I reckon if you want to start, just go straight to the big boys. Go
Yeah.
straight to wall clippers, babyless.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're gonna start like that, because you'll get shocked also if you go straight into so if you're cutting with Remington bag clippers and then you transition to like the proper gear,
Yeah.
it would be a shock. Like you wouldn't really know. Yeah, it'll be like
Like the quality, you
the
mean?
transition will be hard for you because you wouldn't be used to the other clippers.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
yeah.
how I think, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good suggestion as well.
Yeah, just go straight to the big ones. It's like using a good ass camera. Like,
yeah,
for you.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, nice.
yeah.
So you did that for a couple of years, down there in Melbourne at school, and then you got better over the years, over the time, the more that you did it. So your cousins that you're cutting with, did they stop after that?
So, like, they were lazy. They would never like want to. But like at the same time, so like I was playing footy at the same time.
Oh,
like
yeah,
footy was my main thing.
Yeah,
and still is. Like right now, that's a dream of mine.
Yeah.
But so that's when I went to a sports academy school.
Yeah.
I went to a sports academy school and played league there for school. Met a lot of the boys, and then, like, you know, when I'm cutting my cousins, I would randomly just chuck up a story of me cutting their hairs.
Yeah.
And then the boys would be like, "Oh, do you cut hair?" Like stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when like the conversation started, and then we teed up like cutting their hairs.
Oh,
the boys'
nice.
hairs,
Yeah. So when you're saying you chuck up stories, is this on Insta?
Yes, Instagram.
Yeah,
But it wasn't as big back then. It was like a Snapchat. I think it was Snapchat back then.
Yeah. I think Snapchat was pretty on at that time. Because I'm just trying to think of the year that we're looking at. Maybe 2013, 2014, would you say? Or 15?
2015.
Around that period.
Yeah.
So you're playing footy. What position were you?
I was a center.
Center, yeah. What made you love footy?
Bro, it's always been engraved in me. It was like my dad was a really strong footy believer. Like he would play footy himself. Like a lot of the oldies would come and talk to me about my old man, like saying, "Man, he was a good footy player," or like even soccer. So like, he used to play soccer too.
Oh,
so
true.
a lot of people would say, "Oh, he's a good soccer player." I was like, "What's this guy up to?"
Was there ever a barber? Good barber?
But yeah, exactly. So like, there would never be he's a good barber.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Straight up.
So you jammed that for a couple of years, alongside still with cutting.
Yeah,
But
so
that was
cutting
your
cutting wasn't anything. Like my main dream was like footy. And I ended up playing footy in Hallam Secondary College, and then got picked up for like the Storm program and played the 20s and all of that there. Yeah.
Oh man, proper.
Yeah, proper.
Oh man.
And that's the reason for my move here to Brisbane was footy.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, so
you came here, and then did you continue were you still in school when you moved up here?
Nah, so school finished. I finished my whole schooling years, and then I moved on to the Melbourne 20s squad.
Yeah.
And I played there, and then did well enough to get contracted to come here to Brisbane and fall under South Logan Magpies. Do you know the Q Cup squad?
Yeah.
So I went there, and this was 2019. So I had my partner and a 3-month-old at the time.
Oh,
so and I was a young family. It was like I had a young family at that time. I was about 19.
True.
Yeah, and I had a 3-month-old, and then I made the move here.
Yeah.
2019, did the whole preseason, and then COVID hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the timing of that, and then everything kind of dimmed down for you.
Yeah, I kind of had a rough patch at that time because I was like, man, I put all my eggs in one basket. I made the move here.
Oh, yeah.
And then what's it called? Yeah, I had my having a young family. You sacrifice everything and you make the move. We found our place within a week. The club helped me out with that. But COVID hit, and then that's when I was like, damn, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, right.
And then myself and my partner were talking, what can I do? And then that's when the barbering came.
Yeah,
And I was like,
nice.
oh, I can cut hair, you know.
Yeah.
And that's when the barbering came up. Was
Yeah, wow, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
like that's a story to hear how it like married up, eh?
Yeah.
Especially for the COVID time, because a lot of things fell through for a lot of people, eh? Especially if you're trying to source in money.
Yeah.
Because the like you being a young family, that's needed, eh? You know.
Yeah, 100%.
So then you went into barbering. Also, because now I know that you do it at home.
Yeah.
Were you doing it at home back then, like on that COVID period?
So
or?
when COVID hit,
Mm.
my first thing that I done was just apply for any warehouse job at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So then I jammed the warehouse, and at the same time I was thinking I need to do barbering, like, but I have I knew no one here. I had nothing. I started from scratch.
Yeah.
So I went to this warehouse job, met a lot of boys there too. And I was just like, any chance I could get Sully, I would be like, oh, like, because it was pickpacking, we're on the EPJ.
Yeah.
Sully, I was just driving the EPJ every aisle, like, Sully, who cuts your hair? Like, that's how I start the convo.
Yeah.
Like, Sully, who cuts your hair? And then they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I'll just go to this other guy. And I'll be like, Sully, I'll cut your hair for free, just come to mine.
Yeah.
Sully, and then they would like, straight after work, they'll come to my house. Sully, I had nothing, just like a normal chair.
Yeah.
And a clippers that like, you could plug it in. So it wasn't like any good clippers. It's like a Remington.
Yeah. So just the wire. You're talking
the wire,
about
and then every time, I'll tell them to like move. So like they had to stand up, move the chair.
Jeez, sucks, man.
That's how I started. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's humbling.
Yeah.
So what warehouse was this that you're working at?
Oh mate, Metcalf, you suck. Metcalf's. Metcalf's. If you can work at Metcalf's, you can work anywhere.
Man, but look at the look at the positive that came out of that, eh? Like for you, because you went there and you worked. One of the the opportunities was the amount of guys that were there.
Yeah.
So then you thought to yourself, oh man, I can start here, because you knew, like what you said, you knew nobody, right?
So I knew no one when I came.
Yeah.
Literally, I knew no one. I met a few footy boys at the South Logan.
Yeah.
But that was only like a short period of time, because that was just the pre-season.
Yeah.
And then I went on to the warehouse job.
Yeah.
And I met a few boys there. We'll talk about like, oh, what do you like want to do after this? Like we knew, like, this is not it. This is not it.
Yeah.
But then so from there, I would start off my haircuts as first haircut free.
Yeah.
And then the second time you want to come back, it's $10.
Yeah.
So I told everyone at the warehouse, I'm like, first haircut's free, but if you want to come back, it's $10.
Yeah.
So
and that's still pretty good.
That's all good.
That's still good. It's like so just to wind back a little bit. So when you went into the warehouse job, so the footy just completely stopped.
Yeah.
Like, were you injured or anything, or how did it just stop?
No, that was the COVID year.
Oh, so it was just like that.
They just stopped it completely.
Oh.
And that kind of like demotivated me in some sense. Like I kind of like just pushed footy aside for that moment.
Mm.
But then I just started like feeding all my energy into the barbering thing.
Yeah, man, true.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a mean story. Yeah. That's a really good story. So you bring in the boys, they started pulling up, and they pay their 10.
So you know what's funny? I'll start with the first haircut free, next $10. So some of the guys didn't even come back. They'll just do the first haircut. No, but so like some of the guys who are still here till this day, they're the ones that came from when I first started. Yeah. So shout out to you boys, bro. If you are watching this, you guys helped my journey, bro. Straight up.
Real ones, eh?
Yeah,
real
100%.
Far out. So we're just gonna probably peel back the layers of that, of like your actual barbering growth in that field there. So you did a few at your home, and then this is going into COVID. You were still cutting in COVID, like you know how they had the restrictions and that stuff.
Yeah, is there any cops gonna be watching this?
Sally, COVID is finished now, man. Don't worry.
Nah, Sally,
don't worry.
That period, Sally, I was cutting. I didn't mind.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, the warehouse job was like compulsory to work, like because we were pickpacking, you know?
Yeah.
So like, you know how jobs in COVID, like some of them like lost their jobs and stuff?
Yeah, or
Ours
some
was-
of them slowed down, you know, like to 2-3 days
Yeah.
or 1 day a week.
Yeah, literally. But our job carried on. Like we got busier in the COVID,
Oh,
COVID
yeah.
period.
Yeah, because it makes it. Oh, were you guys supplying for shops?
Yeah, IGA.
Oh, see, so it makes sense because the stock was going down real
Exactly,
quick,
yeah.
right? Oh,
So we got busier.
yeah.
So like I wasn't really pushing haircuts too much at that time. It was like whatever I could get from the boys if they want to come, then yeah, I'll cut their hairs. But yeah, I was all good with like providing and stuff because of how busy the work was.
So you're going through the COVID time, man, this is cool. So when you went through the COVID time and you're doing all these cuts, obviously, I know for me, because it was the same thing for filming. When I was filming, like I was really restricted to the weddings, like how many people could come to the weddings, the distance, you know, all of that stuff. And so there were certain weddings that I went to, I never post, you know, to my stories because normally I always show, but I was thinking like if I post, I might get caught.
Yeah.
Were you the same?
You're out of bounds, eh?
yeah. Like that's like, you know, that's not the 1.5. That's like more closer.
Yeah.
Were you the same as well? Like, was it just word of mouth for you instead of posting or?
I went around the warehouse.
Yeah.
Like it was word of mouth. Like, but I was happy with just the select few that I had because at that same time, I was confident, but I wasn't too confident in what I could do.
Yeah.
And then COVID finished that time, and we just so we went on to 2020 and 2021. I went back to footy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I was half in footy at that time.
Yeah.
Like my heart was kind of leaning towards barbering a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I started to see like more like engagement in my barbering. Like a lot of people started to like word of mouth got around. At that time.
Yeah.
And I was still doing
Nice.
the first haircut free $10.
Oh,
so
yeah.
everyone loved that.
Yeah.
Freaking cheap cats.
Yeah. And I think that's a man. I just want to jump into that mindset there, like of you charging for free first and then the second one 10.
Yeah.
Like what made you come up with that idea?
So like, because anyone, whenever they hear free, yo, let's go.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I told myself, when they do jump in my chair, I got to give it my 100% because this free haircut is going to determine the next time they come back and make sure I get my $10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I had to make sure that I put everything. So every time I say first haircut, yeah, 100%.
That's pretty good because still I remember when I started filming, I can only relate this back to filming is like I struggled with that transition of like going from free to charging. And I think a lot of people can relate to this in whatever field that they do, you know?
Yeah.
Like free, doing that for people, free service was like, it seemed like a good feeling, you know? Oh yeah, I'm doing something. But you also know at the back of your mind, you're making nothing from this,
100.
you know? And then you get into the cycle where you just offer it again to the same person, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm interested in you, like doing it like that, where you just charge the first one free, but then you also follow up with a charge after. But the mindset to that's pretty good, man, because like what you said, you made sure that they had the best haircut, because that's what it comes down to. If the guy feels good and he leaves, man.
Bro, yeah. You know? But at the same time, like for barbers now, that can still work, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you're an aspiring barber, like you're a young kid, I feel like that can still work. Like that same technique, bro. Like
that's a good tip, man.
Yeah.
Good advice.
First haircut free, next $10. And $10, man, this will start with $10, but a lot of people will find it more attracting when they get the first haircut free.
Yeah. Do you find like, or do you feel like that also teaches you another mindset when you're getting paid?
Solely. When I got my first ever like $10 or whatever, solely, I thought I was like the man. I'd finish the haircut. Like, so I had a returning client, so he ended up coming back. I was happy. And then he goes, oh, thanks, Us. Gave me 15 instead. So he gave me a $5 tip. where I got there, I was like, man, I can keep doing this. You know what I mean? But like getting my first pay, like, well, doing what I'm doing instead of working for someone else, doing like my own thing, that was a good ass feeling.
Yeah, it would be, man.
Yeah,
It
so
would be. And I think nothing beats that. Like
yeah,
at
100.
that time.
Yeah,
at that time, eh, for some reason, it's always your first one.
Yeah.
Like it just hits really good. Because it's like what you said. You provide a service and then they pay you for your service.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in between. It's
100%.
just you and the client, you know?
It's different to working for the other man, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
And so that went on for a little while?
Yeah. That went on for a little while. And word of mouth went around. But then I just started to like only get a few customers. It was like slow.
Dipping a little bit.
Yeah, it was dipping a little bit.
Yeah. So how did that play out for you? Like if it started to dip a little bit for you, where it gets a little bit slower than your normal, did that play on your mind a little bit as well? Or
yeah, that played on my mind a lot. But like that's when the content side of things started to come in.
Yeah, nice.
That's when I started to think, man, how can I get customers, man? I started to look at other barbers. What are they doing? And I noticed a lot of them were just posting like a before and after haircut.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started to make videos of barbering and what happens in the barbershop. Yeah.
Man, that's good. That's good. That's also a good tip as well. Is to like look at what other people are doing, and like it's not like you're looking at it to copy them, but just to get ideas and some type of inspiration on how to add to what you're currently doing. Because a lot of people, I know that can play on their mind when things start to dip. It's like, man, like you're trying to figure out like how to get more money. There's a whole bunch of things that like, that runs through your mind, right?
It's good to look at like other barbers, like say myself, I'm a barber. For me, I look at other barbers, but I never compare. Like I would never be like, oh, he's doing better than me, or blah, blah, blah. No, I would never compare. I would just be like, oh yeah, that's mad. Okay, so how can I do something else? Yeah. Like I look at a better way. I wouldn't say better way. I would look at another way. Another way. Yeah, like I can add my little style to it.
Yeah. And I think that's key.
Yeah.
If you can take something and put your spin onto it, spin on it, then that becomes yours.
Yeah, you would know. You're a creator yourself. You know?
So like but this is cool because coming from you, someone who's just like crossing paths with barbering and content creation, for you to think like that, that's really smart, you know? Because I understand that method there. Yeah, of taking something and then recreate it and make it your own. Yeah. So you, when you're doing your content creation stuff, are we talking like 2022 or still 2021?
My first reel, I remember my first reel I posted, I can't remember the time, but it was just like a video of me dancing.
Oh yeah?
But a video of me doing a dance. And then when I do the wall, it shows like the haircut after that.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But like that was my missus' idea. Shout out to my missus, man.
Yeah.
She's like so creative with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember that first reel, and I got like a few comments here and there.
Yeah.
And then I was like buzzing out. I was like, yo, this is sicky.
Yeah.
Like I got that little feeling. And then that's just me showing a haircut, but it was through a dance.
Yeah.
It was different to just like before, after.
Yeah.
So that was my first ever thing where I started to think, okay, this is like, I got to be a bit more creative with that.
Yeah. So what was your first platform like that you're using to push out your barbering stuff?
Instagram.
Oh, it was Insta.
So I started from scratch. I made a Instagram account. I was like trying to suss out what's my name going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted everyone to remember my last name, the Cordtz.
Yeah.
So I made it Fadez by Cordtz.
Yeah.
So I made Instagram start literally from like 0 followers.
Oh, right from scratch.
Yeah, right from scratch.
Yeah. That's good. Then did you ever touch any other platforms with your barbering stuff, or is it just IG?
Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, TikTok as well.
But I never touched TikTok until like I started doing the more creative stuff. Like my first reel, I didn't post on TikTok.
Yeah.
It was mainly Instagram was my main, and it still is my main.
Still is, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool, like how you've started to think this way. Because I find like, and you'll probably agree, that's kind of like where the world is going right now. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, I think content creation is like, it's key to anything,
Yeah,
everything,
literally.
especially for business as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I used content creating like because I had no clients at that time, like I was starting to fall down a bit. I started to make videos just so I could get more clientele.
Yeah.
And then like the funnier the video, the more clientele I'll start attracting and getting.
Oh yeah.
So people will be like,
yeah.
oh, this guy's funny. And then click on the page. Oh, he's actually a barber. And then look at my work.
Yeah.
And be like, oh yeah, he's a decent barber. I'll go.
Oh,
yeah. Like it started like that.
Yeah. So you have people pull up and they'll say they know you from IG.
Yeah, this is the question I always ask when people come in. I'm like, oh, so how did you find out about here? And then they would always say, oh, from just one of your videos you posted up. Or it could be even like, oh, one of the boys, I saw his haircut. He said to come through.
Yeah.
Like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mainly it's the videos.
Yeah. And that's good, eh? Because you'll take that information and be like, okay, make more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I asked that is so I can be like, okay, I'm getting a bit more people coming in for this reason.
Yeah.
Or this reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if they say, oh, this video was funny or something, and then I saw your haircut, it was good, and it made me think, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that then. To get more clientele.
Yeah. Man, that's smart. I'm interested, like with how you work this process out, like how your mindset is.
Yeah.
Is that something you've always had like with you from the beginning, or you know what I mean? Like with the way that you think. So like how you found barbering, but then you also like
spun it.
Yeah, how you spin it, and then how you look for content creation, and then how you also come up with the choice to charge them on your next one. Like this type of mentality you have.
I feel like my partner's played a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's helped me out heaps. Like there'll be like stuff that I want to post.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, nah, not really. Nah, don't post that.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
So you run it by her first?
Not at the moment, not now, because I've found my groove now. But at the start, like she like really helped me out with that.
Yeah.
And like she's the one who told me, be different. Because coming from a girl, like they see like what looks good on like they got that aesthetic side of things. So she would tell me like, every barber does that. Like she'll tell me, post like a different video, like to show your haircuts off.
And would you ask like how?
Like how? She came up with a few of the ideas straight up. Yeah.
Man, shout out, first of all, man, shout out to your wife or to your missus.
Shout out to you, babe.
For helping you with this. Because would you say with her giving you feedback and all of this, like this bit of guide, did it help your relationship get better as well?
Hard. We built off that. And it was real good. It was like, especially having a young family, you really want to make, if you're going to put your eggs into this basket of business, you really want to make it work. And I was just tired of working for Metcash straight up, and I wanted this to really work. But I started to enjoy making videos after that. Yeah. And then I got to a point where I got too many clientele.
Oh, true.
Because of the videos and all of that, I started getting real good. That I wanted to be like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to pause on the clients, but I'm going to continue making videos because I love to make videos now. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So how long was it until you left your day job? Like how long was it between then until you left your day job and then, because you do this full time now, is it?
Yeah, I do it full time.
Yeah. So when was that period?
Probably like 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
2 years ago. What's it now? 24.
24.
So 2022, I left Metcash, done this full time. But then I found another job that allowed me to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just 3 days there.
Yeah.
So I can do barbering Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I done that for a bit.
Yeah.
Up until last year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from last year until now, I've been just doing full-time barbering.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm only cutting 3 days in a week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even now.
Yeah.
Because now, you know how I was working at a warehouse Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
I now changed those days into my content days.
Oh, yeah.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm free to like film whatever, go do whatever, and then lock in on Thursday to Saturday, cutting hair.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that from a couple of the content creators that I bring on.
Yeah.
They say that they have a content day, and I was like, like,
Yeah.
because I work a 9 to 5 still.
Yeah.
You know, but to hear that there's a specific day or days that they set aside to make content, because they need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
they need it. Just like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like it helped bring in people for them. So when you're making your content, what are you using?
Or like
to film? Yeah, to film it.
It's all in my phone.
Nice.
I bought a camera. I forgot what it's called. ZVX. You probably know.
Sony?
Sony's ZVX, whatever. I was using that to film my content for a bit.
Yeah.
But it was too much work, so like putting it onto the phone because you got to put...
It is.
Yeah. Then I was like, people like to see it like more raw, like on your phone. Like also Jaden was even saying to me, bro, that's a lot of work. Just use your phone. Yeah. Like it's easier too. It's
convenient. Very convenient. Yeah. It's pretty much like a start and go. You know, I just pull it out, hit start, and you're ready to run it.
Like, do you see Terrell and Wolfgang and stuff?
Yeah.
Their videos.
All the same, man.
It's literally just their phone.
Yeah. And I find like over the years, because I started from a phone. Yeah. So that's how I got into this field. As I started with my Sony. So I had a Sony Xperia back in 2016 and 17, and I was playing with that. But then that got me into where I am now. But even though I'm in the camera phase now, the phones that I see that come out now, they just get better and better. Especially 100%. Apple. Yeah. Like Apple, man, they're coming out with some really
I think there's a phones. 16. There's a 16 coming.
Yeah. So the 15 is even good as well because of like the settings that it has.
Yeah. What do you have?
I just have a 13. Yeah.
Guys, he's got a 13 because if you see this room around here, there's a drone, there's heaps of cameras everywhere. Right. No wonder why you got a 13. You don't need the 13.
But like the phones are getting better and better, and like they're getting very like, I would say in my opinion, I wouldn't be shocked if within the next 2 years, if the phone can just do exactly the same as camera. So that's just to go along with what you're saying. Like it's very convenient, and like the good thing is because you put it out, as soon as you hit go, it automatically adapts to like, you know, whereas a camera, you got to set the colors, you got to set all kinds of things. Phone, you just hit go, everything else like makes, just works out itself. And people need that. I'd say people need that, especially for content creators who just want to make the content. Because I think, like I watched Jaden Lang's and Wolfgang's potty last night. And like, you know how Jaden says that Us just pops out like 3 clips in one. You know what I mean? So that makes sense for him to use like a phone, like, or not makes sense, but it shows how good a phone is. Yeah. Because he can just knock him out without having to think about that.
And also, his mind too is so creative. He's got that creative mind.
That's what it sounds like, man. It sounds like because he's watched so many movies. I think. So that man can pull scenes from anywhere.
You see the part where he pressed the button and it started doing that sad song?
Yeah.
So even the acting, though,
right then and there. Yeah. Man, that guy, right?
That's crack up.
That just goes to show some people, man, they're just gifted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
100%.
But then when you understand the story behind him, you know, of how he built up all those years of staying home or watching movies, you know?
But it's paid off, Sully.
Paid off big time, man. The man's 100%. Got a whole library full of shots now.
He's got the dictionary, man. He knows it all.
But so you do your stuff on your phone and you edit it on your phone as well,
Yeah.
What app?
CapCut. Yeah, that's the main one. I don't know any other app. I'm still new to this whole content scene, to be honest. I'm still trying to find my way. But Sully, you know, in the barbershop, when I'm cutting hair a lot, and I start filming stuff, and then I learn. You know what I do pick up about cutting hair is that I hear everyone's stories, and that's why I like that you're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You get to hear our story, but like mine is every single client I know their stories, and it's like humbling to hear. So, straight up.
You would have like some of the best conversations, I would say.
Yeah, literally, and that's why, because in my garage I only have a select people, like few clients who come through. I wanted to reach out more to people outside, and that's why my segment Cut the Talk came about.
Yeah, nice. Let's touch on that while we're there now. How did you come up with that idea? Like, so it was from that?
Yeah, that was my main reason. But there's an American barber. His name is Vic Blends. Shout out to Vic Blends.
Yeah, nice.
He was one of my inspirations that made me want to do this too. He goes around. He asks people for haircuts, and then I was just looking at him, and I was like, "Man, that's mad." And then I was like thinking about, like, bro, there's no other barber doing it, especially a barber that looks like me, a Polynesian.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like,
man.
you know what, I'm gonna run it, you know. And so that's when the whole Cut the Talk came about.
Yeah.
And Cut the Talk, I named it Cut the Talk because you're gonna be talking. I'm cutting those that's gonna be talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also like cut the talk.
Yeah.
And like cut the talk.
Yeah, nice.
Because I'm a rapper. Bars, baby, bars.
Man, yeah, I've seen that. I seen because it was this year, eh? Like, was it around the beginning of this year that you came up with that?
So me and also Glenn, Moy, and Sanga, we would like always talk about like what we'll do, like we'll brainstorm about it, and then it was just like an idea for me. Like it was just we're just talking about it for the most part. Then I was like, no, I'm actually gonna start doing it.
Yeah.
Now I'm speaking from my personal experience. Like when clients sit in my chair, I invest my time. I listen, and I actually hear what they're going through, and I create like a safe space for them to talk with.
Yeah.
And bro, yeah, some of them tear up in the chairs in the barbershop, straight up.
Yeah, I bet, man. That's and I've heard of that from other barbers as well, you know, that they have that chat with the people that come through. With some of them, I'm just curious here because we're on this topic, I might just sit on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
When you have clients like that, like if they share things that are, I guess, heartfelt for you, are there things that you say to like maybe encourage them or to uplift them?
100%.
Like when you're doing that? Has there ever been a time where you didn't know what to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the important thing for me in that moment was as long as he's letting it out and I'm listening. So he's got someone to talk to. I don't need to reply with an answer. I didn't have the answers. I'm just a barber. You know what I mean? I didn't feel the need to like give him the answers, but as long as I can hear you, like it's something like that. Like, I hear you. You know what I mean?
He'd say.
Yeah. And it's more than barbering, man. Like some people may think you just cut hair and make them look good and then they walk out. Nah, man, it's the conversation. It's the relationship you build. It's more than that, straight up.
That's deep. And you don't know, like when they leave, you know what I mean? Like you probably took a lot of weight off their shoulders.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100.
Do you get people message back after a solid chat where they just express their appreciation?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Thank you so much." Like, even their next visit, say like 2 weeks go down the line, we haven't spoken or whatever, and then they'll come sit on the chair, and then I'll be like, "Stop wussing." They're like, they'll sit there and be like, "So you remember that thing I told you about?" Like it just carries on. Like, yeah, nah, we're all good now. Yeah. So it's like that.
Good. Yeah, because I feel like you're now a part of that that experience. You know, because they like offloaded it to you.
Yeah, 100%, and that's why I take it. What's the word? Like, I'm like proud to be that person for them. I'm happy to be that person, and I take in all of that. I'm a barber, but like And that's where I make funny skits about stuff. Like I enlighten the moment.
Yeah.
It's like a skit where I'll be like, you have do you want a haircut or are you coming for a haircut and therapy? Like just like funny, like break the ice a little bit.
Yeah. That's
But,
good. Yeah, that's good.
You should come for a haircut sometime.
Silence.
Whoa.
Making me like a year or something to go back. Man, that's nice to hear. Eh? It really is. I can only imagine like the type of stories that you hear from people, and like to add to that, like that's a lot of trust. You know what I mean? Like for someone to sit down who probably had just met you, or maybe say second or third time coming back to you, and then all of a sudden I don't know, they must feel it. You know, like,
100.
this guy's pretty good. I'll open up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we know with this day and age that we live, all the mental health stuff and all of that, like for you just to do that, and even like what you said, that one line where just like, oh, I hear you, I understand you. A man to a man, that's different.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
100%.
Father to father, that's different again. So if in a way you're probably playing your part in that part, especially for this month too, suicide prevention.
We lose a lot of men, man, because they don't speak up.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk. And if they do, they get looked at like, oh, you're weak. You know what I mean? But I'm so glad and proud that I've created a safe space within my shop, you know, in my garage barber, for men to just come through and just vent.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to talk, and they're just like not having the best of days.
Yeah.
Just let them relax. Turn up the music.
Yeah.
Don't talk. We'll just listen to music. I'll cut your hair. Yeah. That's soothing as it is.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, man, for doing that.
Also.
Doing that for the people. It's like what you said. It's more than a cut. More than a cut. And like I think I'm just assuming here, but I'm pretty sure like now that they have that relationship with you, it hits different when they see your videos. You know what I mean? Like then that adds another part of the conversation if they catch up with you, like, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know, like, but there's just certain things you do without realizing how it actually helps the brothers out there.
100%. Like it started off as clients and then now they're like mausos now. Like some of them will just invite me to a baby shower, birthday, come through, stuff like that. Yeah,
shucks.
And then that's when the funny skits come up with like,
yeah.
Oh, so you want to come to my... Oh, no, you're just my client. Like stuff like that. Like those little funny skits, you break the ice, stuff like that.
Yeah. Shucks.
But also, it's not only just the men. Like, I do also take a bit of time out to cut like autistic kids who've been bullied, stuff like that. So like parents, they have this this fear of going to barbershops because they're scared that their kid will like, you know, run amok.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what it is, but some kids, whenever they come through, stay like, I don't know if it's the garage or whatever, it gives a homely feel.
Yeah.
They don't run amok. They just like sit there and chill. Like,
man, fire, man, you got a good heart, man.
No,
got a good heart, Jacob. Fire. Even for like autistic kids and that, like what you said, we have barbershops, you know. Have you ever worked at a shop? Like, have you always done it at home?
I've only worked in the shop for like 2 weeks, and then I came back home.
Yeah.
I wanted to go there and learn off them and learn off other barbers, but I found it. I would rather cut from home, work at my own time, have my own space. Yeah.
See the backfold of that is like what you said. Maybe the kids feel like they're at home because you're actually cutting at home. Yeah. You know, I think that's just a good tip for everybody. Like, you know, you don't have to be at a place or create a place to start up something. You can do it at home because you don't know the effect that'll give someone that comes through your doors. You don't know the effect. So like, for you to do that for autistic kids, I didn't know that. I didn't know you cut the autistic kids, but
like one parent. So my first ever autistic kid that I cut, his name is Theo, and this parent, the mom reached out and said, hey, like we've been to a barbershop and they literally stopped midway and said, sorry, we can't cut your son's hair, send him home.
Oh, yeah.
So like me having a son, that was like oh man, like I can't let that, like I can't let that happen to them. So I told her, you know what, come, I'll cut your son. Even if he like acts up, whatever, I'll stay patient with him. Like I just like ran it down with everything. And I said, what's his favorite show? Just keep showing him videos of me, like show him my face so he can get used to me. So when you do come, he's like, Yeah. And when he came, there's a video on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But when he came, like he did tear up and stuff, and he was like crying and stuff. But I just made sure, like I worked with him. Like months went on, he was still like, bro, the mom will end up with a bleeding nose sometimes.
Oh,
yeah.
True.
But yeah, and then so like till now, like fast forward like 2 years or a year now. Now, so like when they pull up to the house, he jumps out, he's running, he's happy. So like he like happy to be at the shop.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, and when he sits in the chair, like he knows he needs to get his hair cut done, but like he doesn't want to, but he knows, I'm still gonna get it done. His tears will just come down, but he'll let me cut his hair this time. Instead of like, no. It's like he knows now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so he'll just sit there. Man. I'm cutting his hair and he's like, and it's all he's like, but like, man. Like the progress we've made from him.
From that, like, 2 years as well.
Yeah, man.
Man. Wow. That's a beautiful story, man.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Theo. My guy.
Theo,
yeah.
Shout out, Theo. Far out. Now we're talking about you on the podcast. Oh, man, nice. So just to fast track a little bit now from more towards the content creation stuff now, with you doing the Cut the Talk, we'll just do another step back from that there, because I do remember, did you have like a group? Did you form a group and did content with as well? Yeah.
Those are my brothers who's Smiley boys.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Smiley boys. Man, my favorite dude that I like in there, man. And I told your sister when I saw her, I
already know who you're gonna say.
Moy. Yeah, man. Shout out to man, Moy, man. I don't know what it is. I lose it every time I see the dude do whatever he's gonna do. Man.
So before you even start talking, and the camera just shows to him, automatically you're about to laugh.
Yeah, man. Oh man, that guy is. So that's your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Moy's a family friend, but the other boys in the videos, those are my brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that come? Like, how did that get formed?
So my parents, they own a business called tree lopping business, and they call it Smiley Tree Service. Oh, and they also own another business called it's like Express. Like doing furniture and stuff. So, and they also called that Smiley Express. Oh yeah. So us boys were like, they just started filming like funny videos and stuff, and then we started saying like, what's the name gonna be? And then they're like, our parents got Smiley. Let's carry it on. So they call it Smiley Boys.
Yeah. And so you guys just push out like skits. Or
it's just like it is skits here and there, but it's mainly like those rap slap funny games. Yeah,
because that's the rap one for me, man.
Some of those don't even make sense. But you know what's funny? So even though like it's dry or it doesn't make sense, so just chuck it up.
Let it go. Yeah.
Let it go. All good.
Let it go, man. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I remember watching like heaps of that. For me, it's once I watch one and then I find a guy that I laugh at. That's all I look for. I was just looking for all those. But man, that was. I think that's for me. That's when I realized you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was through that page because I think your sister Mariah would share it on her stories. Yeah, and then I'd watch them, and then that's how I came across to your page.
So I came into it late. So I was doing just my own barbering things. They were because they all stayed in the same place. I had my own place, so they would be in like their sitting room doing their own dry ass videos. But I'll be in like doing my barbering stuff. Yeah, and then like there was like a time where we're like all together. We're like, let's just do one together, and then They're dry as, G. Smiley boys, these are dry, G.
Shout out to the Smiley boys, man. Man, and so we'll come from there to the cut the talk now.
Yeah.
You've done a few episodes of that.
Yeah.
And you've also went around to a couple of places as well.
Yeah.
And done them. Man, Japan.
Yeah, I went to Japan.
Man, how was that? Run us through that one. How did you find that guy?
So I didn't find him. We're just so I was in Japan. It was our last night there. Yeah, and then I was like, man, I haven't even got filmed anything of cutting, because you're in another country, you're so buzzing, you just want to go do different things. So we were busy just exploring.
Yeah.
And then that last night, I knew I was gonna film, just go random people, but I went to, so me and my missus, my son, we were just what were we doing? We were shopping. And then I go, just hold on, I'm gonna go to the convenience store.
Yeah.
Walked over to the convenience store, bought me a drink, walked back, and then I heard a
yeah.
I looked,
and that's a call.
So every time you hear that, you just know, Islanders.
Yeah.
So I looked, there was 3 or 4 of them. And then they're like, Sole, where you from? And I was like, this is in Japan. And then I was like, I'm from Brisbane. I go, I live in New Zealand, but I'm from Brisbane. And they go, I thought you were from Sydney, the way you dress. Then one of the boys, it was, what's his name? 3-Bite King.
Yeah.
Sparks. He's like, hey, I seen you on TikTok. And I was like, Sole, I see you on TikTok.
Oh, okay. And so you knew, when you saw them? Yeah, we knew
when I saw them. And then then I teed up an episode right there.
Yeah.
Do you want a haircut? They asked me, do you want to come out? Let's go out. I was like, no, I've got my partner, my kid. We're going tomorrow. And they're like, I said to them, do you want to get a haircut before you head out? And they're like, yo, Seki. I was like, let me go grab my gears and my camera, and then we'll meet you at Shibuya crossing.
Yeah.
The main attraction, the main crossing. So 10 minutes down the road, grab my stuff, walk back to the crossing, and they're there. And then they're like, Sole, they will walk into any 7-Eleven, grab, they're drinking, walking, yeah. So I was like, these guys are local. So they've been there for 8 years, 5 years.
Oh, so they know.
They know.
Oh,
that's why when we met there at the main crossing, they went through all these back roads, because Japan's so clean, so you can't cut there.
Oh,
you can't litter there. There's no bins and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's go.
No bins.
There's no bins at these. You'll be lucky to find bins at the main attraction sites.
Oh yeah. But so you have to take it with you.
So you take your rubbish with you.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
smart, eh?
It's smart.
But the way that people live.
Yeah.
Is it clean, or did you see?
Clean. But my bum bag will be full with my rubbish.
Man.
But yeah, then we just went from there. They took me to these back roads. It was a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
Found a nice light, and we just cut under there.
Wow.
But I'm still in the middle of editing that Japan episode. But
coming soon.
like I said to you when I was messaging you, Sole, my mic wasn't working. Sorry guys on the delay, but Sole, my mic wasn't working for the first 10, 15.
Yeah.
And that was the sicky part, because I was that was our walk. We're walking to that spot, and we were just talking the whole time. But yeah, that Japan experience was sicky.
Man, it looked, that place looked mean.
The egg chicken sandwich, guys.
Oh, clutch, eh?
Clutch. That's why I came back bigger.
Man. But it's worth it though. If you really love that bite, man, that must have been the one.
Yeah. Everything's cheap there, man. That's why.
Yeah. And that was your first time to Japan?
First time.
Man, what an experience for your first one.
I loved it.
Yeah. You'll go back again?
I have to. I have to.
Dang. Maybe we'll have to put that on my bucket list or something.
Go tomorrow.
Go tomorrow. Man. So that's that, eh? You've done a couple of cuts around local areas. You've even come to Goodna, I think. I saw you do one over there.
Yeah.
Or a few over there.
Yeah.
How's that experience been? With doing Cut the Talk to how you do it at home? Has there been things
so different?
Yeah.
It's so different. You don't know who you're going to cut. You're just gonna go out there and just ask anyone. And I do get bounced loose. Like someone's like, oh no, it's all good. But it's so different because it's and like the person that I cut, they did not plan it. They didn't plan to get a haircut that day. They didn't plan to share their story.
Yeah.
So they're like, and bro, it's surprising that some of the ones that I do cut, like they have a really like heavy story on them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, man, like thank God, like that I managed to like talk about this in a random ass setting. So we're out in the public, out in front of like the goodness signs and stuff.
Yeah, and it's not like at home they come to you.
They come to me.
You go to them on this one, and so it's like the spirit of the moment.
And if like and they're in their mind they're like, man, you came to me, you found me, like bro, thank God. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
shucks,
it's buzzing. That's why I say it's different because my clients, they're coming to me. I know they know what to expect, but others in the public, they're having like a crap day, whatever. They're going through things, and then someone just comes and say, "Do you want a haircut?"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's full like, sharing his story, letting it all out, and 100%. It's getting documented. So.
Yeah. So do you let them know prior? Like when you're about to do it, you're like, oh, we're going to film if that's all right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And then I also tell them, like, if there's any things you want me to edit out, just let me know before you say it. Yeah. So, like, we'll be talking, and then they'll be like, oh, just edit this part that I'm about to say. And then they'll say it.
Then they'll say it.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, man. I love how all those things add a mix into what you do. Like do you feel like people get a different or more deeper insight into who you are as a person from the content you push out? You know what I mean? Like, first of all, you're a barber, but like your personality, your character.
I feel like, But I feel like this is my first time on a potty, so I'm telling my story. Yeah. That's why I'm grateful, Luz. Thank you. Like, I've always thought to tell my story, like, but I've never got the opportunity to, because I do cut a lot of people, and then, I'm hearing about them. But yeah, this is my first potty, first time ever. It feels good, Sully. Like, talking about myself.
Yeah, no, and it is. It's really interesting too, because like what you said, you hear everybody's story. Yeah. Imagine how many of them, when they know we're gonna drop this, now I get to hear his now. 100. And then if they get a little insight to how you feel when 100. You hear their stories, it's different, you know?
Even if they don't want to hear my story, as long as I've told it, I feel good and I'm happy about it.
As for yourself, for the future, where do you see this barbering lane like take you to?
Good question, Uz. So I feel like I want to tap in more into the cut the talk. Yeah. And so my big one is I'm gonna open a few shops, get other barbers to run from there. Like I won't work in there. I'll get other barbers to cut out of there. But I'm gonna be pushing content and then flip the barbering thing into something else.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah,
I think you've got the best hand in both worlds. Yeah, understanding content and still doing like your craft, barbering,
and like hanging out with like-minded people, like who are in that space. Like Tausanga, bro, that's my hustle, bro. Yeah, and even through Tausanga, I met like Jaden. And then Jaden's like, bro, he's smart. He gives me like I've learned a lot of things from him. Yeah. Like with the editing side of things, and he's just a positive bloke. Yeah. But it's funny how I met him, because through Sanga, you know Nick, Nick made it. Yep. Yeah. So Nick would film Sanga's stuff. Yeah. And there's just I was cutting Sanga's hair this one night, and Nick called him and said, damn, like, so they were supposed to film with Jaden the next day. So I cut Sanga's hair this night for tomorrow. Yeah. He's going to film with Jaden. So when I was cutting him, Nick just hit him up saying, oh, I double booked or something. Like he had to cancel.
True.
And then Sanga, knowing that I have a camera and stuff like that, he said to Nick, "Oh, that's all good, Us. Thank you." And he told me like, "Us, can you come tomorrow and film? Can you film me and Jaden?" And I was like, in my head, I was just trying to play casual. I was like, "Oh, we'll see, we'll see." So but inside, I was like, "Yo, G, I'm keen." Like, yo, keen, keen. But I was like, "Oh, you sure?" "Oh yeah, I'll see you." And then we ended up agreeing. Yeah, we're gonna go tomorrow. And then I went and filmed the episode, bro. And then that's when I met Jaden through filming Singers. It was a Polywide episode. Yeah. That's where I met Jaden. And then from there, I just was talking to Jaden on the hike because while Sanga was dying on the hike, he was just like, and I was just talking to Jaden. And then fast forward like a week later, it was Anzac Day.
Yeah.
And I was cutting. Barbers weren't open. No one was cutting, but I was cutting on Anzac Day. And then Jaden needed a haircut, and he saw my story, and then he's like, "Oos, can you cut my hair?"
Yeah.
Like, because it's Anzac Day, no one was open. And then I was like, "Yeah, come through."
Yeah.
And then that's when we like started to like make videos from there, like me and him.
Opportunities.
Yeah, it's sicky. That's why I always say to Sanga Sole, "Thanks, Oos."
Yeah, that was what I was gonna try and lead to, but you've already answered it. Because like I find that's what a platform can do for you. You know, like it can really connect you with other people, right? And that's what I've seen with yours. Like you've been able to branch out and collab with people, you know?
Yeah.
Like still as a barber, but in my mind, I'm like, who other barber does this? Like that I know of. You're the only one,
Facts,
you know?
Yeah.
So like, it just goes to show like for us polys, like if there's other people that's doing it, that's cool. But when we jump in and do it, man, that's different.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's very different when you see your own like doing something, 100%. You know? So yeah, man.
But like our own people could also be the ones to bring you down too at the same time.
Facts.
That's why I feel like when you do it, like do it to make our people proud and like represent your culture, but at the same time, block out that noise, eh?
Yeah.
Block out the outside noise, because that same person will be like, blah, 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 blah. Like when you're up,
you're
members, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They'll be the ones to say, good job, love your stuff.
Yeah. No, I think that's key.
Yeah.
That's key for people to have a mindset like that, because as you build yourself up, man, you gotta be like strong enough to safeguard yourself as well. It's the only way to move forward. Because if you let one negative thing get to you, man, like you could be that far away from your potential. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
100%.
Because you just allow it to come through.
And that was a big thing for me when upping my prices.
Yep. Yeah,
I copped a bit like, mate, blah, 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 you're in the garage. Why are you charging that much? But, bro, I charge for the service, bro. Like, I feel like I charge at what I'm worth.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like you got to learn to block that out.
Yeah. Yep. And I think, you know, man, I take my hat off for you, like, for doing that. Like, that takes a lot of courage, man, to have that self-belief in yourself to be like, you know what, like, I'm ready for the next step. Because I think I remember one of your stories, you did say on there that you've done your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've done the long, you've early mornings, long nights.
Exactly. Like, and so you got to go through that to know what you're worth. You know what I mean? Like 100. I've been through that in this lane that I do.
Actually, look at all of this.
And so that one, I think when you shared that on your story, it resonated with me because I understood exactly where you're coming 100. From. Yeah. And then, you know, it will just, you're probably aware and maybe prepared that you're going to have a bit of a backfall like that, you know, a backlash like that. And it came, you know what I mean? But it didn't stop you. You know what I mean?
You let go of some and then you gain new.
Yeah.
So when I posted like my prices, my new prices, I lost like 20 followers or something.
Oh, true.
But then I gained like double or triple that. So win-win, baby.
Yeah, man. Excellent. And you know, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy and you're able to provide for your family, That's all it is, you know. I'm there now, like with my mentality. I should have been there like a couple of years ago, but I had to go through a couple of experiences to knock me down a bit. I just want to share this with you and kind of like do this as a back end. For me, at this day and age, at my age, for me to hear you share all these kind of things, because how old are you? You're 20 something?
25.
25. You're ahead, like in your mentality, you're years ahead of yourself. That's a good thing to have. Like, I think even for me to hear you, that's why I was like picking your brain a little bit in the beginning, because I was like, man, cut for free, charge for 10. Like that's what I mean. Like, I took a long route, you know, to get there, but they're like so quick. So like, I'm proud of you, bro. I just gotta say that.
Thanks,
I'm very,
appreciate
very proud of you. I'm sure your family and your missus like are the same, 100%, you know. But I just encourage you to keep going, you know. Like, I think your self-belief in yourself is like really unbreakable right now. Because you're like, because of the way you push out your things and like how you believe in your worth and all of that. I could kind of see it, and not just see it, but I can feel it when you speak on it. Yeah.
But it ain't all sunshine and rainbows at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You go through some things, but like I said, you can look at everyone else doing your craft, but how can you know, like, don't compare, eh? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, so I can look at other barbers, but I would never compare myself to them.
Yeah.
I'm me.
Yeah. And that's all it is. Like, there's only one of you, right?
100.
Like, we ain't here to follow. We're here to like lead in our own way.
Yeah, hard.
You know? Because it's just like the way I look at it is like, we come into a family, but at some point in our life, we're going to break away and lead our own. Like, that's what we're doing right now.
Right now.
You know? But you've got so many paths you're leading now. It's not just your family, it's in barbering and it's in content creation. So that's facts there for everybody to understand. If you think like you're not meant to lead, look at where you are now. You know, like, if you have a family and you're leading them, you're leading.
Yeah,
100%. So,
100%.
you know, so yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro.
And shout out to Onyo, man.
Shout out to Onyo. Man, that's a mad top. I haven't seen a top like
this is called I think it's boxed fit or like squared fit. Yeah, something like that. It's more on that baggy side of things.
Yeah. But it's a nice bag though, because the neck's nice and tight still.
Yeah, it's nice and tight.
Where are they from?
Here, Brisbane.
Oh, they're from here?
Yeah, from here.
Yeah. I think before we wrap up, because man, this was a mad party, man. Your story is awesome, man.
Thanks, Us. Thanks for having me here.
We'll just wrap up, and I'll probably give you the opportunity just to say a few shout outs to people that you feel have helped you along the way. You know what I mean? To from your starting point to where you are now.
First off, shout out to literally every client that's came through since the start that's still here now. But even behind the scenes before that, like my partner, my kid, and even the boys, bro. The boys that I surround myself with, Song, Glenn, Andy, Moy. I can name heaps, bro. But my circle knows, bro. Like, and also my boys in Melbourne, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna cry, so nah. But shout out to everyone, and also shout out to Onyo. And thank you too, Us. Thank you for having me on here, Us. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you letting me share my story, Us, because this is my first time ever. Like, I was kind of like nervous, like driving here. I was like, man, what am I going to talk about? But the convo just flowed through. I came to sense and just said, you know what? I'll just share literally my story.
Yeah. And it's nice, man. Your story is a one of one. Can't imitate that. But yeah, just to wrap things up again, shout out to Fadez by Cordtz, man. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate your story, like, and also your experiences, and like also your tips. I think a lot of people are gonna benefit from this here, having a bit of an insight into your life and who you are as a person, you know. But yeah, if you don't follow along, I will drop my guys' social media handles in the description below. But other than that, thank you for listening and watching in.